Thanks for joining us. Car parts, hoods, and entire vehicles were abandoned at a Springfield auto shop after that business owner was evicted.
It's the latest in a string of complaints and lawsuits filed against Queen City Rod and Custom. Investigative reporter Lauren Barnes first brought us this story in July. She explains why customers are actually relieved tonight.
Right, you might think people would be pretty upset their stuff was abandoned at a warehouse, but many of them have been trying to get these items back for months or even years. Others are still working on recovering money, including one customer who just filed a new lawsuit claiming he paid $16,000 for car repairs, and then the manager quit returning his calls.
It went downhill in a hurry.
Some of it had light spots, some of it had really dark spots, some of it the paint didn't even match.
Behind the bars on this warehouse space on West Bypass, broken promises and car parts left behind from unfinished repairs.
Lots of people had their dreams crushed in this. Nice cars that they loved, cars that have been in their family forever, and he destroyed them.
Reed Arnold and Hillary Deckard, who run Queen City Rod and Custom, were evicted from the shop they rented on West Bypass in mid-December. The company now faces 10 lawsuits over rent or small claims. Former employee Aaron Cupp says he quit over their unconventional business practices.
He was piling on so much that he couldn't do what he was promising.
Court records Cullerton Investigates obtained show they were kicked out for not paying rent. Word got around to clients who came to retrieve what parts they could find. Wes Garrett owns Auto House on South Glenstone. He outsourced paint work to Queen City when his business was overwhelmed with jobs during COVID.
It was 3 different shades of blue that runs everywhere. It was just like an amateur child painted it. It was terrible. So I took it back to him and said, this is not going to work. Fix it and fix it now. And that's when the real trouble started.
Garrett says that paint job was never fixed, and he never went back, except recently to help another customer recover his car left behind during the eviction.
2 years it sat, he was without a car. It had all flat tires, batteries stolen, parts were stolen off of it from sitting out in his place. I put it back together yesterday in about an hour.
Court documents show it's not the first time Deckard and Arnold got behind on payments. They were also evicted from another property on Glenstone a year ago. A judge issued a $30,000 judgment for the property owner at the time for unpaid rent, but that landlord says he hasn't seen a dime of it.
And Lauren, the lawsuits you mentioned in this story were filed in civil court. So is there any possibility of a criminal case here?
That is a great question. That part is still a bit unclear right now. An investigator with the Attorney General's office has spoken to several customers to gather evidence. Attorney General Andrew Bailey has the authority to pursue prosecution for criminal matters, and we'll keep following this story to find out. If you need help solving a problem, you can reach out to our investigative team at the email you see on your screen now. Send us a message to investigates@ozarkslocal.tv and we'll get you some help to find a solution.